All right. Do you guys care about where you guys live, the community you guys live in, you guys' planet, all that stuff, and what the future holds for it? For those of you who say you do care and you're not doing anything about it, you don't care. Okay? You guys need to take initiative and make a difference. And some of you guys may think, well, maybe I can do community service or anything like that, but I'm too busy at work. I'm a full-time student. I can't do anything like that. But what if there was something that you guys can do to make the community better and the future for our community by not doing something that requires very little effort, and it can result in a positive result if you guys all participate, and that is recycling. Okay, a lot of people don't recycle because, I mean, they're very ignorant. It's kind of like a hidden topic that people don't know the positive impacts of recycling. We grew up saying people tell us recycle. You guys see that tray or the little box with the green arrows? I'm like, okay, who gives a damn? I take a bottle, I put it in there, I'm recycling. However, that's not recycling. You guys need to be more active about it. And some people don't do it. Associate that. I remember when I was a kid, I used to associate it as like things that bums do. That's what bums do. They get cans and they recycle them because they need the money. And I didn't realize the positive impacts that I have. So that's why I'm going to talk to you about 3 of many ways or positive impacts that recycling does. Now, recycling creates green jobs. As you guys all know, we live in an economy that's getting harder and harder every time. You guys may have friends that are saying, it's so hard to get a job, I'm trying to apply, I can't get hired. You may even know friends like me that I know, they went to school, they got their education, and they still can't find a job. It's real hard. Now, recycling will create more green jobs because there's tasks that need to be done, such as collecting materials, manufacturing them, transporting them, all kinds of things like that. And it will create a lot of jobs if you guys all become active participants and begin to recycle. According to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, by 2010, the employment in green goods services accounted for 3.1 million jobs in the United States alone. That's a lot of jobs. And keep in consideration that majority of people may not recycle. Now, if we all begin to recycle, those jobs will skyrocket and make the economy a whole lot better. The recycling process is often referred to as like an iceberg. You only see kind of like the tip of the iceberg, but you don't see what's beneath it. Same thing is kind of recycling. You guys see people, collecting cans or taking them and stuff like that, but people don't really know the process that is required in order to recycle cans or what goes on behind the scenes. But there's actually a lot to be done, and there's many materials that can be recycled, not just water bottles, but paper, plastics, glass, metal, all those things that can be recycled, and will create a lot more jobs for our communities and better our economy. Which leads me to my second point. Money is important. That's why you guys are all sitting down here in your seats, because you guys want to make bank, you guys want to have good jobs. So, I mean, earning money is important, I feel. And the saying, one man's trash is another man's treasure, is definitely true in recycling, okay? For those of you guys, most of us, we drink a bottle of Coke or a bottle, we throw it out, okay? Some guy may go and pick it up and, recycles it. In the communities, there's good opportunities to recycle en masse. It earns money. You get paid for, taking your cans, and you get your money back. Even when you guys purchase things at the store, you guys get charged that CRV. So you guys get charged that money for the can. So then when you guys take it back and recycle it, you guys are not only benefiting, but like going more green, and you guys are earning your money. Also, the recycling can also help bring the green when federal taxes and credits apply. Taxes are available under various circumstances for implementing green practices that are intended to offer an incentive for communities and individuals within to make changes. So there's also benefits within taxes to, you guys can have more initiative to recycle more. And here on the topic of money leads me to my next point, which also saves money. So if you can earn money and save money, I mean, that sounds pretty good to me. You can save money. How you can save money is because, well, here's a fact. According to Rachel Reagan, the Vice President of Planet 911, recycling isn't just about materials from landfill, it's also saving expenses and resources for communities that participate. When we throw away cans, bottles, plastics, all those things that we can be recycled and we throw it into the waste deposit, the trash cans fill up faster, which means that we need to pay for services to come pick up the trash and take it to the landfills, which is more money that comes out of your guys' pocket because you guys got to pay for those services. Also, those landfills places get filled up faster, which means that we need to find other places to put our trash. So those are ways that we can save money by those two things right there. The landfill will be easier to control due to all the less things that we will put in there. And this can impact individuals, as you guys are saving money, as well as like businesses and stuff like that, and it will help everybody save money with the recycling process. Now, if that didn't convince you, maybe that's just not enough. Here's some facts to get an idea of recycling, what it really does. According to the Aluminum Association, aluminum is one of the best values. It's it's more valuable 4 times more than any other recyclable material. And the good thing about aluminum is that it can be recycled as many times. There's no limit. It can be recycled over and over and over. There's no limit to it. It's not like you recycle it 2 times, you can't use it anymore. It's infinite. And aluminum, as you can see, is more valuable, and 65% of it gets recycled in the United States, which is not too bad. It's more than half, but it could be better. Also, recycling 1 can, just a regular Coke can, recycling one of those saves enough energy to run a television for 2 hours. Just 1 can. And that, I mean, if you add that to thousands or millions, that would save a lot of money, as for you guys as well. A glass bottle can power a computer for 30 minutes. For every 1 ton of any material that we recycle, we save 185 gallons of gasoline. So gasoline is expensive. We all purchase gasoline for our cars, and we'll be saving gasoline, and that would be good for all of us. Recycling 500 phone books could save 7,000 gallons of water. Just 500 phone books, you know, those big fat ones, 7,000 gallons of water right there we can save just by doing that. Here's the most intense fact. Recycling in the United States is equivalent to removing 36 million cars off the road. So that's what, that is a major benefit of recycling. That's how equivalent it is to removing that much cars off the road and making the earth a whole lot better. So in conclusion, recycling is an overall positive. That comes back with nothing negative aside from putting some cans to the side and, you know, taking them to a recycling center when you guys have got enough to go take them to the center. So the recycling center is very positive, requires very little work, and it's positive. You guys are active participants for the community and making the world you live in a whole lot better. And I encourage each and every one of you guys to recycle. I'm not saying you guys got to go to the parks and start digging out of the trash, but you know, we all drink some bottles of water or whatever. Just put it aside, and you know, you can give it to somebody that recycles, and you'll be playing some part in recycling and helping out with the process. So next time you're about to throw away a bottle, think about what the energy you can save with that. Thank you.
All right, Harriet, what did you think? I like the attention grabber. It attracted me to listen to him, and it's pretty organized throughout, and the transitions were good, and I liked how he would after quoting the material, he would develop more and relate the fact to us and persuade us through relating to our daily life, and yeah, I think it was pretty good.
Okay. Well, I'll go along with most of what you said there. It sounds good to me. I thought that the opening was pretty good. It's a rhetorical question followed up by a pretty strong statement. There's a layout of what your goal is. I do think that the preview could be a little bit more detailed, but I know generally where you're headed. The internal signposts were very clear. I did think that that part was true, and so that as we moved through the speech, it was easy to follow along. I thought that you did a good job for most of the speech in citing information and presenting sources for it early on, especially. At the end, I did like that whole kind of momentum thing that you build up when you start throwing out all those factoids about how much energy you save. You do need to source that for us, because I know, I've heard those things before, that kind of stuff, but I thought it was doing a good job there. But you gave us source citations earlier on. We ought to be getting the same sort of thing here at the end. So I think that that would be a good thing to do. I thought you tried to relate it to the audience pretty effectively. You kept talking about jobs, issues, and how important money would be to people. Although a couple of times you say, well, it's not really recycling. It was strange to me at the beginning to say it's not really recycling if you toss the can in the recycling bin, but that's exactly what you're recommending at the end of the speech. So that felt a little bit inconsistent. And then you're telling people, well, I'm not saying that you have to go out and dig through the garbage, but on the other hand, give us some examples about the kinds of recycling that people could do in their homes that goes beyond just saving the cans. I think that there needs to be some particular examples on that. The growth of green jobs, I think that's an interesting point, but those 3 million jobs that you mentioned, most of them, where are they? How is it that any of us are going to be able to get access to them unless they are, involved in the development of some company that does recycling issues? They take material and they turn it into something else. You've probably seen those ads where they're making chairs or sweaters or helicopters out of recycled material, that sort of thing. Okay, if that's what you're talking about, then say it's important for us to support recycling, right, because there are going to be jobs developed here. Maybe you're not going to get a job as a trash collector gathering up the recyclable materials, but there are going to be jobs that are available creating furniture, marketing new products that use recycled materials, and that's where there's an opportunity here for us. I think that's the way you need to explain that section. The delivery, I'll tell you what, your voice, you're very enthusiastic. I think you do a good job talking to the audience for the most part. Once in a while, I think you want to be a little bit more careful about the language. It's just, you're speaking to us casually, which is fine. I think maybe step it up a little bit occasionally on transition phrases, avoid the cliche, stuff like that. Okay. A phrase like that, a few things like that. It's not problematic for this audience, but remember you want to step up and you're going to be working in more professional context, so you always want to be careful about those kinds of things and sound a little bit more formal occasionally. I thought the eye contact in the first half of the speech was excellent, and then the eye contact in the second half of the speech was inconsistent. I'm not sure what happened, whether it is that you had practiced more and knew the opening material a little bit better, and then when you got to the later material, you were a little bit more dependent on the notes, but it just felt a little bit less effective as you went along, which is strange, because like I said, fortunately, because you did well at the beginning of the speech, I think it's less noticeable. So that you've got a good thing going for you there. All right, thank you.